Hello and good afternoon to all of you. I hope all of you are doing well and all of you are in good health. In today's class, we will be focusing on an important aspect of polymorphism that is called as function overriding. Now, function overriding allows us to have functions with the same name in the child class which is already present in the parent class. Now, although a child class inherits attributes and methods from the parent class, function overriding can be used in order to override the functionality in the child class. So it is like creating a new version of an already existing old function in the child class. So to override a function, you must have the same signature in the child class. So by signature here, we are trying to refer to data type and the sequence of parameters. Now let us try to understand function overriding with the help of a simple example. So here I have a base class wherein I have a member function display placed in the public section of the class, wherein the definition of the display function displays a string that is function of parent class. Now here I have a derived class that is derived from the base class and the mode of derivation is public, and in the derived class, in addition to whatever it has inherited, it has a member function by the same name in the public section of the class, right? And the definition has a print statement that prints function of child class. Now in the main function, I have declared an object of derived class and I've declared object of base class for certain use. So using the object of the derived class, what I have done is I've made a reference to display function. So here, when I make reference to display function, it will make reference to the function that is there in the derived class. So here, the output will be function of a child class. So this is the way how function overriding basically works. Now access override in access overridden function in C++. So to access the overridden function of the base class, we can use the scope resolution operator. Now this is very much true. So in order to access the overridden function of the base class, we can use the scope resolution operator. We can also access the overridden function by using a pointer of the base class to point to an object of the derived class and then calling the function from that particular pointer. So just see here, we can also access the overwritten function by using pointer of the base class to point to an object of the derived class and then calling the function from that pointer or using that particular pointer. So here just see what we have tried to do is we have tried to express the same with the help of a program. So a program for function overriding to access the overwritten function of the base class. So here I have the base class, and in the public section of the base class I have a member function that is capable of displaying function of parent class, and here I have a derived class that is derived from the base class and the mode of derivation is public. So here also we have a member function by the same name display that is capable of displaying a string that is function of a child class. So here I have my main function. So I have two objects of the derived class, object 1 and object 2, right? Okay. So here I'm referring to display function using object 1. So here it will refer to the function display of the derived class, and here I've used scope resolution operator. You see here I've used scope resolution operator in order to refer to display function of the base class. So here it is misspelled, it is DISP. So here I'm using the scope resolution operator in order to access the display function of the base class using the object of the derived class. So OB2 dot base class scope resolution operator DISP will refer to the function in the base class. So here there's a typo error. This will be DISP. Now let us try to understand the basic differences between function overloading and function overriding. Now the first one is in terms of inheritance. So overriding a function occurs when one class is inherited from another class. Overloading can occur without inheritance. So this is very true. So overriding of function occurs Overriding a function occurs when one class is inherited from another class. Overloading can occur without inheritance. Now, function signature. Overloaded function must differ in function signature either in number of parameters or type of parameters should be different. This is very true. So in order to ensure that the compiler is capable of differentiating between overloaded function, you need to have different types of parameters or different number of parameters. Now, in case of overriding, function signature should always remain the same. Now, scope of the function. Overwritten functions are in different scope, whereas overloaded functions are in same scope. That means all the overloaded functions are placed in the same class, right? Whereas overwritten function can be placed in different classes. Now, behavior of the function. Overriding is needed when derived class function has to do something in addition to or different from the base class function. This is very true. So overriding is performed whenever you want the inherited function to perform something more or to perform something different. And overloading is used to have same name function with which is capable of behaving differently based on the number of parameters that are passed to it. So these are some of the major differences between function overloading and function overriding. So if someone asks you to differentiate between function overloading and function overriding, you need to differentiate in context to these four aspects. That is inheritance, function signature, scope of the function, and behavior of the function. So in today's class, what we have learned about is we have learned about what is function overriding. We have learned about the very purpose of function overriding, and we have learned that in order to ensure that overriding works, the signature should be same in the child class. And signature here refers to the data type and the sequence of parameters. And we have tried to understand function overriding with the help of an example. And then we have tried to understand access overwritten functions in C++, a mechanism for accessing the function of the base class using the scope resolution operator. So here we have tried to understand it with the help of an example as well. And then we have discussed the major differences between function overloading and function overriding in context to inheritance, function signature, scope of the function, and behavior of the function. Now, in the next class, we will continue with pointers in C++. Till then, thank you very much. Have a very good day.